Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy. I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. In this particular video, I'm going to be discussing how your repetition creates your reality. I'm sure you've heard of Aristotle when he says, "We are what we repeatedly do," which means that excellence is not an act, it is a habit. It is not one fine day or a swallow that makes the spring. In this particular paradigm, let's discuss the advantage of using affirmations. But look at the word itself, affirmations. You have to affirm it to yourself. If you're like, "I'm confident," and you don't feel that, that's not an affirmation, my friend. An affirmation affirms something. It's said with conviction. So affirmations can be called mantras, incantations, intentions, chanting, whatever you want to call it. You can give it different words, but it's the same thing. Mantra meaning mind instrument. You're tuning the instrument by repeating it. It's basically like training a dog. What you're doing essentially is you have that dog mind inside of you somewhere. That's your primitive mind, or the more subconscious mind. This primitive mind has to be trained through brute repetition. You don't tell your dog play dead once and then it does it. It's after maybe 50 times that he finally starts to get it. And you use this kind of conditioning. Pavlov had this method. There was a piece of meat, and the dog would then salivate to that meat, but then he would ring a bell every time you'd bring the meat. And so now he was conditioned, whenever he heard the bell, he knew there was food coming. So he'd start to drool and salivate. Similarly, we can make ourselves salivate or condition ourselves for a particular outcome. Now this is something called priming. Priming is a process. However, anchoring, which they use in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, is the action. You can actually prime your affirmations, guys. So if you're saying, "I am confident," your neurology and physiology is saying, "No, you're not." But if you're priming yourself, meaning you're telling yourself things which are 100% true, now you're opening up the gateway to your subconscious mind going, yep, he's right. No, absolutely, that's true. 100%, 100%. I'm a man. I'm from India. I'm doing this, right? All the things that I'm saying which are 100% true, I'm going tick, 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 tick. Then when I say I am confident, now my mind is much more likely to accept that and embed that into my subconscious mind, you see. I want to tell you this idea of the Pygmalion Effect, also called the self-fulfilling prophecy. You've also heard of the placebo effect. We influence our behavior based on other people's expectations of us. So if a teacher expects a student to do really well, they're going to perform really well. So our own belief influences our actions towards others, which impacts others' beliefs about us, which causes others' actions towards us to reinforce our own beliefs. So it's kind of this smooth, beautiful feedback loop. It's like a cycle, and it keeps going. So instead of having your thoughts just go on autopilot, be conscious of your thoughts throughout the day. When you're saying your affirmations out loud, you're hearing them. So you're activating more of your senses than just one of your senses. Writing them down, you're actually physically embodying. I could prime myself that every time before I record a video, I clap my hands. Or let's say right before I'm about to go outside and interact with others, I rub my hands together. So now every time that I rub my hands together, I get a similar feeling of I'm about to go to a venue, even if I'm not going to a venue. You see what I'm saying? So the anchor is the action that you take that primes, and priming is the process that you take that happens over time, which embeds the affirmations much more directly into your beingness. So in my personal perspective, the best way for you to impact yourself using mantras or affirmations is to set a timer for 5 minutes and then keep repeating the affirmations over and over again. Similarly, you can listen to subliminal messages. I've also personally recorded my affirmations so I could hear them back. So I have one where I'm saying them out loud, but then I also have one where I'm listening to them. It works even better if within those 5 minutes, you are saying them out loud, listening to them, and writing them down. You're hearing the outcomes and you're seeing the outcomes, but what if you were also smelling the outcomes? What if you had an anchor where you were smelling your favorite perfume and that reminded you of your future self? These are some things to start to consider now. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. See you next time.